Oh my God. I have a big crush on him now. I'll tell you that much.
The other mistress that has a love child with Jay-Z, allegedly. I didn't work on that story, but the reporters that did reported that, she was paid very well to basically shut up.
What Blu Cantrell never told us about Jay-Z might just flip how you see both of them. For years, whispers have haunted the corners of hip-hop, rumors about a secret relationship, a hidden pregnancy, and a silence that wasn't her choice. But when that silence finally cracks, what's buried underneath?
So this is my public appeal. Blu. The first Blu. Not they daughter Blu. Blu Cantrell. You were singing, boo, and you made a choice to work with someone, and you probably didn't realize how nefarious he was when you got involved with him. I didn't. Blu, it's time to talk. It's time for you to sing again. Because I know you still got the chops. You got the gift. Just like me. Jay-Z worked very hard to erase you and me. Just like he did L. Just like he did his relationship with R. Kelly. Just like he did his relationship with Aaliyah. Blu, it's time to talk.
Was Blu Cantrell pushed out to protect the Carter legacy? And here's the wild part. Some believe Blue Ivy, Jay-Z's daughter with Beyoncé, might not even be Beyoncé's biological child. We're diving into one of the most disturbing theories in music history. And after this, the name Blu will never sound the same again. Let's get something straight. Blu wasn't just some one-hit wonder. Before the drama, before she vanished, she was her. Born Tiffany Cobb, she had the vocals, the range, the look, and the backing of real power. And after singing backup for folks like Diddy, she finally got her moment in 2001. Her debut album, So Blue, caught fire fast. Her hit, Hit 'Em Up Style, Oops, was everywhere. She shot up the charts, landed 2 Grammy nominations, and had her name floating next to Ashanti, Mia, and Monica. But right when she should have taken off, everything started shifting, and it had nothing to do with bad sales. It had everything to do with Jay-Z. Insiders said Blu and Jay weren't just friends. They had chemistry.
Did you Jay-Z?
Oh my God.
I heard he's hung like a horse, Blu. Are you hating on Beyonce? Did she really have him locked down?
I think so. I think they're in love.
Is politics speaking?
No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him now. I'll tell you that much.
Did you find him?
Still have a crush on him now.
Yes,
No,
you did.
no, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it.
What?
Really. I really like him though.
People spotted them together at industry events, on trips, even at private parties hosted by big names like Diddy. Then came that iconic Wendy Williams moment. Wendy looked Blu dead in the eye and asked if she ever kissed Jay-Z. Blu giggled, dodged, didn't deny it, didn't explain, just smirked. That moment made headlines, and instead of clearing it up, Blu's silence only fueled the fire.
And I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him though.
If he came in right now and we were all not here.
What?
I'm just saying, you're in New York.
Yeah, okay. And what?
If you ran into him and everything was right, would you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
But you can't just go around just, sleeping with guys like that because it might not even get you anywhere. You have to be smart about it. Who you choose to lay down with.
Meanwhile, Beyoncé was stepping into her solo era. And if the whispers are true, Jay-Z was stuck in the middle. On one side, Blu, bold, loud, unfiltered. On the other, Beyoncé, younger, more polished, and very careful with her image. Then in that same Wendy interview, Blu dropped a bomb. She claimed Jay picked Beyoncé not for her talent, but because she was young and easier to control.
Have you ever kissed Jay-Z romantically?
No. No, I can't answer that. I can't answer that.
Oh, she's touching him off the neck! Look!
Saying Jay-Z, that's fabulous.
Yeah, but that was good for you. That was good. That was hot.
Look at your face. People just love that. We hung out one time and it was made press,
You want to know why I said on the radio that I didn't think it would last, though?
What, me and him?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're above 25.
Why, he needs somebody younger than that?
At the end of the day, yup.
Why did you say that?
Because I think at the end of the day, a younger, less savvy to the ways of the world broad.
Somebody a little bit more naive.
You said it now.
At the time, people said it was just shade, but looking back, it sounds like a warning. Blu later accused Beyoncé of copying her whole style, and not long after, her tour dates dried up. Her label Arista quietly dropped her. Her name faded from the charts like someone had flipped a switch. Was it just bad timing, or did someone behind the scenes pull the plug? If you ask Jaguar Wright, another singer who's aired out the industry, she'll tell you straight up, Blu didn't fall off. She got erased. Jaguar claims Jay-Z and Beyoncé blacklisted Blu and that naming their daughter Blue Ivy was a message. She said, Jay-Z worked very hard to erase you and me. By the time Blu tried to come back in 2013, it was already too late. She announced a new album, called herself a free agent, but nothing dropped. Then came 2014. Blu was found barefoot, running through the streets of Santa Monica at 2 a.m., screaming that someone was trying to poison her with gas. She was hospitalized, labeled unstable, and instantly turned into a tabloid punchline. But was it really a breakdown, or was it a desperate escape? Some fans say she was never meant to survive it. That whole theory about Blu being the real mother of Blue Ivy Carter sounds outrageous until you start connecting the dots. Then suddenly, it starts to feel calculated. Let's look at the timeline. Blu's career stopped cold in 2004, just after her second album. No red carpets, no music, she vanished. Then in 2012, Beyoncé gives birth to Blue Ivy Carter, while Blu Cantrell was still missing from the industry, and fans immediately clocked the name. Blue? Why? Some said it was Jay's favorite color. Others said it was personal. They believed naming that child Blue was a subtle nod or a power move aimed at Blu Cantrell. Then it got darker. Some fans believe Blu was forced into silence, that she gave up a child under pressure, or worse, was forced to terminate a pregnancy. And remember that viral Beyoncé interview from 2011, the one where her belly appeared to fold when she sat down? The internet exploded with claims she used a fake bump and that a surrogate was involved. Now mix that with Blu's sudden disappearance, and the story starts looking too perfect, too clean. If Beyoncé really used a surrogate, who was the real mother? Jaguar Wright didn't hold back. She named names. She said Beyoncé and Jay-Z rewrite history, shut down threats, and silence anyone who won't play the game. Jaguar even said Beyoncé found out Blu was pregnant and panicked. According to Blu, Beyoncé tried to poison her, then pressured her to end the pregnancy. And that, Blu says, is what broke her. Not the charts, not the contracts. Fans started connecting the dots. Blu's breakdown in 2014, it mirrored others in Hollywood. Britney Spears, Martin Lawrence, Kanye West, all labeled unstable after calling out power players. There's a pattern here, a playbook. First, they call you crazy. Then they make you disappear. Even if Beyoncé is Blue Ivy's biological mom, the tight NDAs, brand control, and silence around the topic makes the theory too real to ignore. If Blu did have Jay-Z's child, what would that mean for Beyoncé? It would ruin everything. Jay would look like a liar who buried a child. Beyoncé would be accused of covering it up or rewriting reality. And Blu, she'd go from forgotten R&B star to the woman behind one of the biggest celebrity cover-ups of all time. But Blu never claimed to have a child, never posted baby photos, never said names. She just disappeared, exactly what they needed her to do. Her second album, Bittersweet, had Grammy-nominated vocals, but her label didn't push it. Tours got cut. Buzz dried up. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's solo career skyrocketed. Blu was pushed out and her contract not renewed. No warning, just gone. Then the accusations started. Blu said Beyoncé wasn't just winning, she was copying. From music videos like Roundup to Beyoncé's Auto 3 Bonnie and Clyde, the visuals were way too close. Then came the Sean Paul situation. Blu's hit Breathe featured him. Not long after, Beyoncé drops Baby Boy, also with Sean Paul, same Caribbean vibe, same formula. Blu said this wasn't a coincidence, it was strategic. And who was behind Beyoncé's every move? Jay-Z. He boosted Beyoncé's image while Blu got buried, her budgets got cut, her momentum vanished. Then Blu took it public. In a Guardian interview, she was asked about Beyoncé. She didn't flinch. She said, I'm an adult, she's younger, and if she's doing what you're saying, then she's being a little immature. If she goes there with me, it's the wrong move. And if you have issues with your man, address it with him. Don't take it out on the girl. It was bold. Director, and right after that, she disappeared again. According to Jaguar Wright, that's the formula. When an artist becomes inconvenient, erase them. Jaguar said Jay-Z worked very hard, hinting this was no accident. Blue, it's time to speak, because this ain't about music beef, it's about control. And the pattern doesn't stop with her. Mia, Monica, Aaliyah, all were thriving before Beyonce's rise. Then the spotlight shifted. Mia went indie, Monica lost radio support, and Aaliyah, who was already dominating music in Hollywood, died in a plane crash just as Destiny's Child was hitting its peak. By 2004, Jay-Z became president of Def Jam, and that same year, Blue's contract was cut. She later found out the lawyer representing her was also working for the label. Blue said, "If I'd known, I would have gotten my own lawyer." That lawyer was working for them. They took what was mine. She had no control over her music, barely made royalties. Then came the 2014 breakdown. Blue was out of the spotlight for years, no album, no tour, then suddenly back in the headlines, running barefoot through Santa Monica, yelling about poison. She says it wasn't a breakdown, it was trauma. The industry betrayed her, erased her, and she wasn't alone. Tiara Mari was next up under Jay-Z's Rockefeller, until Beyoncé allegedly caught wind she was getting too close to Jay. Her deals got shut down. Executives were told not to sign her. Then there's Kathy White, reportedly pregnant by Jay-Z and planning to go public. The day before, she was found dead. Case closed fast.
That's a Blu Cantrell, but yeah, no, he was dating Blue.
Wow,
but he had another
surely
woman that was
and they were
pregnant
all-
that was about to come out with her pregnancy around
Was
the
she
same
from
time.
the islands?
Something like that. And that's
Some say Kathy was silenced before she ever had the chance to speak. And when you see the full picture, Blue's story looks less like drama and more like a warning. Because if they could erase Blu Cantrell, who's next? If you made it this far, do me a favor, like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.